Abigail.
Right. So he's got those two little demon children. So I think Wildfire will be neutralized. And I know I said it. I think that Ricky might have the opportunity and the wherewithal to walk out of there as the MMWA champion still.
Yes.
Because of the children are going to neutralize Wildfire.
Well, you never know. It's going to be chaotic between the competitors and the people outside the ring. You've got 6 people you got to keep an eye on. I don't envy the referee of that match, but the best man will walk out of there. We'll see.
That is true.
You've got to be on top of your game physically and mentally in a game like a three-way
dance.
Yeah. So who knows?
I mean, look, Michael Lilly says it. It is the who's who in that match, and it really is the who's of that match. You know, Harris, I know you're the commissioner,
right?
So you really can't play a favorite.
No, I don't.
But who do you give in the edge to?
Well, if I could hear myself talk, I would tell you that. So, but anyway, I mean, it can go either way. Like I said, Cayman's come a long way, and proven that he deserves this shot. Curtis is proven that he'll do and try to pay off whoever he can to help him get this shot. And Ricky Cruz says, I don't give a damn who you are, bring it. So this is set up to be an epic title match that we haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah? Dr. Drew, who are you going with?
I don't make picks.
You have to make picks. That's what we're here for.
I'm not doing it. I will always lean towards the defending champion in situations like this. But this is one where he's, stuff can happen when he's not even involved. So I don't know. This sort of match, I would say, probably favors someone like Curtis Wild, who's good at taking advantage of wacky situations, and he's very opportunistic. So we'll see what happens. Cayman was this close on several occasions last month, and I'm sure he's made what he thinks are the necessary course corrections and adjustments. Ricky Cruz know what's in store for him, and I imagine he's training harder than ever. So I not making a pick.
But like I said, he's got Cage and Abigail, so that neutralizes Wildfire.
Maybe. We'll see.
I know, maybe.
That's a maybe.
So then another big match we had announced last week is we had the professionals.
Yes.
Versus, those other guys.
Those other guys, yes. It was officially, I guess, we talked about it last week, but that was made official pretty much as soon as the professionals crossed that line and stepped over some boundaries and interfered in something that they had no business interfering in. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, they wanted some attention, if not from the crowd, but from the Smiths, and they're going to get that attention the 13th. We'll see what happens.
Hey,
we still have a special referee to announce for that. That is, you like holding your cards.
That is true.
So,
and look who joined us.
Happens.
The MMWA champion, Ricky Cruz.
Ricky's the man.
Who, for the first time, I'm going for Ricky in this match.
Because he logged in and is on the page now.
I said it earlier. I was going for Ricky.
That's typical dirty.
Yeah.
No, did I not say that? Go back and watch the tape. I said Ricky Cruz. Did I not say that? I said that Abigail and Cage will neutralize Wildfire, and that will give Ricky the advantage because then he can take out those 2 bums.
Okay.
As much as I don't like Ricky Cruz, I'm just saying, Ricky's going to be the one.
And Frankie D is on here. So
we got something big for that clown.
And then we also have Keith Smith on here.
Very good.
And there's our little buddy Wyatt.
And Wyatt, Peggy, Glenda.
They're all on there. Thank you guys for joining us.
We appreciate all of you.
So look,
that's our family right there.
That's right. First, before we go any further, we want to say to our buddy Wyatt, had some surgery over the week.
Oh.
Had some surgery done up. Wyatt is part of the family, of the MMWA family. So Wyatt will be there. I don't know how well he'll be up to talking.
Yeah, but he'll be there.
But he'll be there, be sitting up on the stage.
It's an improvement on yourself, regardless of what percentage he's at. So we're glad to have him.
There's Laura, who's been a really huge fan of the MMWA since she's came down. She loves it down there. Thinks it's a great time.
It is a great time.
So,
we appreciate you.
So, but let's get to it. So
Oh no, much love, Wyatt. Surgery sucks, and real life sucks sometimes. No matter when everybody's well,
that is true.
So to have to deal with stuff like that, man, much love to you, and I hope you recover soon.
Oh, I called him a bum on your behalf, Ricky. So I said it. Ricky Cruz said that Cayman is a bum.
I don't see that on there.
I'm saying it for Ricky Cruz because he's an upstanding guy. He can't really say what he wants to say. So he will use me as his mouthpiece.
You certainly have no trouble saying things,
right? So he'll use me as his mouthpiece, and he said that Cayman and Curtis Wild are both bums.
I'll bet he did.
He just did right now.
No, what I'm reading is something totally different what you're saying.
Because he's got to say that. But what he really means to say is that they're both bums, and Dirty is the one that said it for him.
So this is why you're always in trouble.
Maybe.
This is why you're always in trouble.
All right, Harris. So what else do we got? Those are the two big matches that we have.
Well, of course, in the you said they call it the Hall of Fame Battle Royal.
I forgot about that.
So my goodness, and I still don't know what to expect. But if it's a Hall of Fame Battle Royal, you have to expect we're going to have some Hall of Famers in there, and we'll see.
It's going to be interesting, and then there is a top prize, from my understanding, that's going to. And when I see it there, I know for sure we'll be giving it away. But winner of the Battle Royal maybe gets something sweet.
What are they going to get? They're going to get a hug from Dirty.
No, that would be something horrible.
Yep. Everybody wants a hug from me.
That would take about 20 showers and still couldn't get that.
Right, Dr. Drew?
I don't know who wants that. It would need to come with a free coupon to the clinic the next day. Dry cleaning. Get a few shots.
Right. All right, before we move on any further, Dr. Drew, let's run some dates down for us.
You bet. September the 7th, we're just a few days away. Cahokia, Illinois, the Holy Family Church. My gosh, I don't have all of the matches in front of me. The main event, of course, 2 out of 3 falls, old school Australian style tag team match. Ricky Cruz teaming up with the very popular Billy McNeil to take on volatile Curtis Wild and his wrecking ball, the 444-pound monster Kowalski. That's going to be an amazing main event. Gary Jackson's on the card against Attila Khan. Both tag team titles, talking about the multi-state and the SICW tag team championships, will be on the line. We can get into the specifics of that a little later. September 14th, of course, the independent St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame and the St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame will be gaining new inductees. And again, we don't have that in front of us right now. We'll run down that list in just a little while. The 21st SICW returns to our home of East Carondelet, Illinois, in the Community Center. And then September the 28th is our first trip this year to Swansea, Illinois. It is in the Firehouse on Huntwood Road, and that's going to be a fundraiser and a tribute to first responders. So busy, busy, busy September.
Very busy.
Yes,
very busy September.
Gotta give a shout out. Our buddy Patrick is on here.
There he is.
What's up, Patrick?
That's the man.
I know that we say we're the mouth of MMWA.
Yes.
But Patrick is truly the mouthpiece.
Okay.
For the MMWA show that we broadcast once a month.
I like it.
Would you agree?
Huge improvement.
Yeah. I love it.
It's going to be a really huge improvement when you get replaced as the ring announcer.
Yeah. Well, all right. Stay tuned. Maybe you could do it.
I doubt that.
I don't see that happening. That will not happen.
All right, Harris. So what else?
Well, I got Frankie D on here. Frankie D, I keep saying, we had another conversation again tonight, and he's anxious because he's got some stuff going on. And so my thing is, I haven't seen him yet, Sid Highland or his tag team partner on here. So my thing is, Frankie D, I might make a tag match with you, but I don't know who your partner would be. So,
whoa.
So if Frankie D can come up with a partner, and if I can sign Highland and his partner, it could be a tag match in his future.
Very interesting. I like the things you've got brewing up there, Mr.
Really, Harris? Really?
Oh, yeah.
So wait, we're going to have Frankie D of a partner of his choosing.
Right.
And Sid Holland with the partner of his choosing.
Right.
Now, see, Sid Holland's still new in the MMWA. I've seen that he's over there at SICW, kind of starting to make an impact by losing, because that's all he's worth. But how many friends does he have in that locker room?
Apparently he has one that I'm aware of.
Who? Sid?
Yeah.
I haven't seen him having a friend yet.
believe his name's Tyler.
Weren't you at the last
Bodine.
show?
I mean, I remember somebody, Damien, the big POD Damien Cortez doing commentary with some redneck hillbilly named Tyler Bodine.
Well, I'm sure that's his tag partner last time I heard.
Well, you didn't say that. You just said Sid Howland gets to pick his partner.
See,
Oh, wait, we have a phone call.
Keith Smith Jr. is on with us. Hey, Keith, what's up, brother?
Sure, I get the right number. We got a new board. Caller, you're live. Go ahead.
Hey, how's everybody doing this evening?
Hey,
What's going
Mr.
on?
Harris,
How you doing, Keith?
Drew,
yes, sir.
and of course you got Dirty.
Well, now, why, of course, you know what? I'm just going to sit here. I'm not going to say a word. I'll let you talk to Harris and Drew.
Hey, that's fine. I'll answer any questions anybody's got.
Yeah, I'm sure you would.
Well, Keith, I'm glad you're on here, brother. And we've been talking about the match a little bit. We were talking about I'm not letting the cat out of the bag yet on the special guest referee because I want to keep that tight to the vest until it's closer to the time. But you and Junior taking on the professionals. How anxious are you guys to get your hands on those two?
As the weeks grow closer, the days grow closer, and even the hours, before it's all done and over with, the hair's going to be standing on the back of their neck. They're going to be as scared to get in the ring. Kind of like Dirty, who doesn't want to say nothing, who's already frightened.
Right.
What do you expect? I mean, I'm going to bring that same kind of wrath down on them that I will do any other wrestler at any other place.
And it's like a tradition now. We're actually going to be honoring a great tradition because you and your father, now you and your son. I mean, how special can that be?
Being able to walk to the ring one time at the historic South Broadway Athletic Club with my son as a wrestler, it's going to be, bar none, it's going to be the highlight of my career.
And then to turn around and be introduced into the Hall of Fame and be right next to where your father's at. I mean, that's got to be an awesome experience.
I never anticipated that it would lead to this. Being a member of this St. Louis Independent Wrestling Hall of Fame, I never thought that I would ever reach a Hall of Fame of any nature. I was just one of those average guys that worked their tail off night in, night out, everybody I work for, and trust me, I greatly appreciate this honor.
It's going to be a great and fun night, Drew.
Mr. Smith, how do you balance these two things in the same night? I imagine you're going to have a lot of family in the building to help celebrate your Hall of Fame induction. At the same time, you have to keep your killer mentality, no pun intended, kind of at the front to when you have to prepare for this match. How do you balance these two things? How do you keep your emotion in check when you're going to be wrestling these two guys, and then when that's over, how do you calm down to the level of the Hall of Fame induction?
The Hall of Fame induction it's going to be just like if you were wrestling. That's not going to be an issue. Where the emotion's going to come in is whenever I step into that ring at South Broadway Athletic Club for the very first time with my son as a wrestler. That's where the emotion's going to set in. And that's when the professionals have to be concerned.
Now, the old you, and I might say maybe even the current you, part of you has to understand where the professionals are coming from, right? I know it was a huge slap in the face when we were announcing your induction, but a younger Keith Smith, I could envision doing the same thing to some veterans, trying to make a name for himself. So is there a little part of you that can kind of see where these guys are coming from, or did they just cross a line that was too personal?
They did cross a line. We've all done it in this business. Even I have. I'll be the first to admit that, hey, I've crossed the line in this business many times. The only problem is, can they fight their way out of the predicament they put themselves in? And, everybody's asking that same question. Will emotion take over, or will it just be a war?
Absolutely. And, of course, the professionals just recently the first ever winners of the brand new SICW tag team titles. When you look at them and you study them as a team, what do you think your biggest challenge is dealing with the professionals, and how have you been preparing for their specific brand of, I don't know, chicanery, I guess we could call it?
Yeah, you're right. The only thing I'm looking out for is that shillelagh. I have worked for Mr. Simmons over at East Carondelet. Against them, I had that shillelagh used against me, and it's happened. If I can outsmart that and stay out of the way of that hook of that end of everything, the Smiths will come out on top.
I love it. Now, I know you're probably keeping some things kind of close to the chest, but Hall of Fame induction coming up, tag teaming with your son in a historic venue. Moving forward, what are your plans in the wrestling business? What would you still like to accomplish? Is there somewhere you haven't worked that you would like to? What's left on your wrestling bucket list, so to speak?
Pretty much, I think, Drew, I know where you're going with this. I'm going to stick around as long as I'm willing and able to be here in this Midwest area, in the St. Louis area. I'll continue to stay here. I'll continue to work, hand in hand, helping any of the promotions that actually need my help.
Very good.
So, okay.
I love it.
So
sorry. Here's this jerk.
Keith, I know I give you a lot of trouble, but I have to say this. You kind of deserve the Hall of Fame. So I'm happy that you're getting to go in. I don't know why we're making such a big deal out of it with you wrestling with your kid. I mean, you did try to attack the professionals first. So with that being said,
Dirty, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. You're the one that, this show was going perfectly smooth whenever you turned over the reins to Drew and Mr. Harris. And then all of a sudden you decide you're going to start running your mouth.
I can't hear him anymore. Can you guys hear him? I can't hear him.
Yes, sir.
I think we got disconnected.
I think you disconnected the phone.
Did you do it again?
No.
Did you do it again?
I couldn't hear him. You guys could hear him?
Yeah, I heard him fine.
I don't know. I think we got disconnected.
Folks,
I apologize, Mr. Smith.
You better apologize.
We got disconnected.
That's twice you've done that to him.
What? I did not.
That's twice now.
No, we got
For folks who might not have been here last week, this a-hole hung up on Keith in the middle of an interview. That's exactly what you just hung up on him again.
No, we got disconnected.
Yeah, and I understand why you don't want him to think that so bad this time, because you heard how his voice fired up once you started talking. You heard him get fired up. What do you think's going to happen next time?
So you know what I should do?
All right.
Before the match, before Keith Smith's match, I should go up and give him a pep talk.
Yeah, you're going to have to join a Kiss My A club.
See, look, right there, somebody agrees with me. See? Michael Lilly agrees with me. He thought Harris was falling asleep.
Listening to you, it was.
I'm just saying, listen.
As soon as you open your mouth, everyone wants to leave.
Well,
I'm just saying. I wish them both the best of luck.
Okay.
Once again, apologies to Keith Smith and the Smith family for tuning in to hear their patriarch. And once again,
I did
your
not.
mouth and I guess at this time your fingers are gonna you're gonna get into so much trouble, man.
Listen, I just don't want to chop.
I don't know if you just figured that you're never gonna run into these people in person. That's your whole attitude is like the internet troll who thinks he's never ever gonna meet somebody face to face. You're gonna meet Keith Smith face to face or hand to chest.
September 14th for the St. Louis Wrestling Independent Hall of Fame. Wait, what? What's that mean? What do you mean you have a surprise for me?
Yeah, hang tight.
I
make sure you're here next week.
Oh, here we go. Somebody's calling Dirty a teenage girl. I got disconnected. It wasn't my fault. I apologize. Maybe we didn't pay the phone bill, Harris.
No, the phone bill was quite.
He says we. That's your phone, dog.
I'm just saying. You're part of One Universal Productions too, Harris. Maybe we didn't pay the phone bill.
The phone bill was paid. I made sure of that. That was
sure?
not an issue. Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I know for a fact.
All right, so before we were interrupted by the great, soon-to-be St. Louis Independent Wrestling Hall of Fame.
You say he interrupted us.
Keith Smith.
What a goof.
We were talking about Sid Holland and Frankie D. Who's this guy saying I need a chop? That guy needs to be quiet.
There's going to be a lot of things the Smiths are celebrating on the 14th.
What is that?
What is what?
What are they going to be celebrating?
Lots of things.
Huh?
You'll be there. You'll be part of it. Believe me.
That's true. I will be there.
You will be.
Yeah.
Live September 14th at the beautiful historic South Broadway Athletic Club. Make sure you guys come join us.
Probably better light when you get carried out after Smith gets done with you.
I don't know anything about that one. It's my birthday. You can't do that to me.
Yeah, we're going to give you all the whippings you need.
Special kind of present coming for you.
All right, Harris, what else do we got? Right here, Michael Lilly says, I think Baracus would be a good partner for Frankie D. How in the hell could those two coexist?
I just don't see that happening.
I don't see
I don't see that
Dr.
happening.
Drew, do you see Baracus
Not right now.
and Frankie D?
Baracus is focused on the target.
That's
right
it. At this time, I don't see Baracus wanting to be friends with anybody.
No.
He's got, like you said, he's got his sights on something that he had in his fingers for about 3 minutes and 17 seconds and was taken from him. So we'll see. Frankie D has a lot of potential partners. We saw in front of the great audience a few months back, he and Gary Jackson seemingly came to an alliance of a sort. That
is true.
So, you just never know.
That is true.
You just never know.
That's a good point. Harris, what else do we got?
Well, Baracus will have a match that night. So, because he's been on a tear.
Yes, he has.
And everybody he's gone up against is not fared very well. So,
I don't mean to interrupt you, Harris, but Drew, like you said, we've been kind of keeping track of Baracus since losing the title.
Yes.
And literally every match that he has finished under 3 minutes and 17 seconds. That's like been his chip.
Yes.
On the big man's shoulder.
Yes.
So last month he was up against the Moondog.
Moondog Rover.
Which didn't quite go as fast as Baracus wanted it to.
No.
But he still did take the Moondog out.
Yes.
I mean, I really feel sorry for whoever, and Harris is going to tell us, whoever it is that's going up against Baracus.
No, I'm going to say that till next week.
Oh.
There you go.
There he is, the great soon-to-be Hall of Famer, Keith Smith, is on here with us.
Yeah, he's still here on Facebook, and he's listening to everything you're saying.
The great Keith Smith.
Yeah, all of a sudden now it's great Keith Smith.
I've always said he was great.
Yeah, okay.
Always. He says Bam Bam. Frankie D says Bam Bam could be his partner. I think that
might have something there. Might need to make a no DQ match.
What do you got there, Drew?
Oh, we're talking about the St. Louis Independent Wrestling Hall of Fame. How about the Giant Assassin? Just a killer for long amounts of time. Wrestled some of the best. Bruiser Brody, everybody that South Broadway had to offer. The Giant Assassin and he's still feisty. We've seen him within the last few months, and when he gets the mic, he's still a little riled up. He's still that same ornery fella.
Yep.
And of course, the man who was never too far from Giant Assassin, one of the greatest managers the Midwest has ever seen, the one and only Big Daddy.
Man, I modeled myself after.
I can see that a little bit, yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
The man could style and profile.
We have Cora Combs, a legendary female wrestler from back in the day, being inducted. Her daughter, Debbie Combs, is going in the St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame, and will be there in the building, as far as I know, barring any sort of circumstances. How about Rob Phillips? Now, that's one where I have to defer to yourself. That was a little before my time. I can't speak much on Rob Phillips.
What? Seriously? When did that get announced?
That's been announced.
Long time ago, you were there.
I've never once heard his name.
Well, you should pay attention.
When the first names Tony threw out there.
It was probably announced here on the show, and we've said it every single week.
Where the hell have I been?
He looks like a Von Erich in this poll.
He does, Tony.
I love it.
He's been around a long time. Was a heavyweight champion for MMWA.
Yeah.
Wrestled over Illinois and all over the United States. He's been around places I wish I could have went.
You bet.
He's an awesome gentleman. Matter of fact, he was at the show a couple of times. Just this year.
Very cool.
So he came back to where he started or came from, and it's great just sitting there having conversations. And Tony dug out some old pictures of him in the ring and stuff with Little Dynamite, and so it was.
Maybe I should really pay attention more.
Yeah,
It's all good. When you talk, I tune you out, so I miss a lot of the show too.
What did you say, Drew?
Exactly.
There you
How
go.
about the man we just talked to, Keith Smith Sr. being
great.
put in? Yes, I agree with
The
you.
great Keith
And
Smith.
Is this a picture of a young Danny boy?
Actually,
Who's that?
that's a midway Danny Boy.
Really?
Yeah.
I never saw Danny boy looking like that.
I remember
man.
Danny Boy started. He wasn't quite that big, and then as it went on, he put on the weight. He hit the gym and really put the weight on. And Danny, that was a young Danny Boy. At
That's
MMWA.
incredible.
He was awesome to watch work, and then watch him as the years went on. I refereed him at a young age. I refereed him on his last matches.
Wow.
So it was great to be around Danny Boy, and just I'm looking forward to seeing him again because it's a great time when we're together.
Now, next week here is our go-home show for the Hall of Fame. We should try to snag one or two of these cats to have a chat with here on the, on
Definitely
the show.
Definitely that.
Very good. And, of course, let's not forget Bob Orton Sr. being put into the St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame. Cowboy Bob Orton, the multiple-time Hall of Famer, will be there in the building to induct his father. And Debbie Combs will be inducted as well. The modern-day Moolah Malia Hosaka, legendary lady wrestler, will be in the house at South Broadway to help induct her friend Debbie Combs. And it's going to be a great night. It's going to be a great night.
It's going to be a long night for us.
We'll see what happens.
It's going to be a very long night.
Well, it goes by quick when you're having fun.
Well, because
so.
we're going to talk to a bunch of the people beforehand. Because, we got to kind of look at time restraints, and we all know how Big Daddy is.
Absolutely.
He could talk like, I mean, he could almost talk as good as me.
Yeah, I think he out-talk you. No
Think
problem.
so?
You're a rookie compared to Big Daddy, pal.
I don't know about that one.
So, I mean, it's going to be an awesome night of wrestling. Right now, it stands at 6 matches being booked at this point, possibly 7. I'm still looking to see what I want to do with that. But it's going to be a great night, man. And you want to come see it, guys. I know we do a broadcast and everything, and that's for our fans and friends that are not in the St. Louis area or in the Missouri area, because we got a lot of friends from Canada that
all over.
monitor. We've had them from Japan, Australia. It's amazing to look at the people that are on there and to see where they're from.
Absolutely. You've got British wrestlers knocking down your door.
Right, exactly. All right, so Dr. Drew, before we get on to the next segment, let's write down the sponsors. Who do we have?
Well, first of all, the go-to place, man, it's Jonies to Go. JoniesToGo.com. They cater. You can go there. They have a patio, I believe, right? Yep. So pizzas, chicken wings, sandwiches, ravioli, all of the kind of classic Italian restaurant stuff, pastas, and more. Check them out, JoniesToGo.com. That's their Facebook location. That's their Twitter location. And that's how you find them, JoniesToGo.com. You can find their number on their Facebook page. It's quicker than me reading it, so
right,
just do that. We have the South Broadway Athletic Club. It's an amazing building. They just hosted a whiskey festival with many, many bands. So if you're a music promoter, a comedy promoter, there's a lot of things that you can do at South Broadway. Maybe you want to host a wedding there or host a wedding reception there. You can do that. Also, South Broadway Athletic Club on Facebook is the easiest way to find them. Send them a message. I'd say give them a call, but I don't know how well they do at answering phones down there.
Yeah, sometimes they answer, sometimes they don't. Just depends.
It's a hit and miss with those guys.
It's kind of,
leave them a message.
Right, on Facebook.
It's the way to go. What else do we have? Unicorn Pearls with Kylie. She's amazing, and I was going to say check it out because there's a new summer catalog, but we're moving into fall now, right? So I love it. It's all, constantly changing stuff from Unicorn Pearls with Kylie. She does amazing work, and she's an awesome affiliate of ours.
Yep.
So is she still doing the show here on the network? I know you were trying to do that.
She is going to be joining me and Linda again.
Yes.
Later in the fall.
I can dig that.
Like right around the middle of the fall. You know, right before the winter catalog comes out. So it'll be mid-fall. She'll be joining us.
I like it. And you just said the magic name, didn't you? Linda Brown, our very own respected award-winning author.
Yep.
You can find her on Amazon, Linda Brown, Lynda. Linda Brown with a Y. is where you find Linda, and you guys have a website.
You do, OneNationNetworkTV.com. That's where you can find all of our stuff here at One Universal Production. You can find the DCS show, which airs on Mondays. You can find the One Nation Network show that broadcasts on Tuesdays. You can find the XFL show that was just on before this one. That's with me and Arlington in a joint production with the In the Zone Network. And you can also find the show right here, the MMWA Talk Show on OneNationNetworkTV.com.
There you go.
You know, Drew.
Casey with the 3 eyes.
Casey
right?
with the three Ys live on Twitch.
Yes.
You go check him out for all your streaming needs. You know, summer's over, basically, because Labor Day, right? But it's still warm out.
Yes.
You can still barbecue.
And you don't need great weather to grill anyway.
No.
So Wednesday nights when you have an XFL, STL show, and your MMWA show, bring yourself a tablet or whatever outside on the patio. Watch us barbecue all of your favorite stuff using spices from Grocery Bags with a Z.com. That's Grocery Bags with a Z.com. They've got everything you need to spice up all of your meals. Maybe you can do it in the kitchen. You don't got to grill. You can stay inside.
You can.
But
go get a bonfire.
Yeah.
Damn, Drew, that was a good live read right there.
Yeah, we do all right.
You didn't do too bad.
We forget anything? We got everything?
So. Did we get them all?
We got them all.
And that's without any lists in front of us.
Right.
Look at us.
Exactly. We're pros.
Very good.
Well, I'm a pro.
Yeah.
No, I'm the unprofessional professional, and you're the professional. This is the MMWA Talk Show. We broadcast live every Wednesday, 8-ish, because we're on Broadway time. I am Dirty, sitting right over there. Sitting right in the middle of us is the one, the only, the big man himself, the big-time commissioner,
Jim Harris.
And sitting right next to Jim Harris is the mouth, the doctor of SICW and MMWA.
I'm Drew Ebenhouse, looking all creepy because the lighting is weird. So I got this weird shadow.
I know, I do too.
I look like a horror. I'm like
My
a
hat
horror movie.
looks really dirty tonight.
Well, you can't help that.
Oh yeah, right, exactly. So we've been talking about this big announcement that we have, Harris.
Yes, we have.
We got some big stuff coming on.
A lot of stuff coming on, especially with the wintertime coming up.
So we have that big announcement. But we're going to hold that off to the end of the show, and let's get on with the next match that we have.
Well, like I said, we're looking at a match for Brackus, and I got to look at Keith Smith Jr., where we put him at on the card. Then you got to look at...
he's in a tag match.
He's in a tag match, Harris.
But I'm talking about as in, when we talk about the Battle Royal, do I let him get into the Battle Royal?
Oh, you didn't say that.
Or do I need to let him sit out for the Battle Royal?
I see.
Do I put the Battle Royal ahead of the matches, or do I put it at the end? I mean, I'm flip-flopping back and forth deciding where I want to put matches at.
Well, that's what happens when you have multiple things people want to see. That's a good problem to have,
that's
right?
A very good problem.
And so it's an ongoing thing. And then, like I said, you never know when the Ponytail Warrior may be coming back that night.
Oh.
I don't know what that means.
Heartthrob, Jaden.
Oh, yes.
Ponytail power.
Pigtail.
Right.
Pigtail power.
Well, I did notice there was an individual in here, Mr. Garrett Shanks.
Switchblade.
The Switchblade. Garrett Shanks was in the show earlier. He was here on the page, checking it out.
Yeah, then messages start ringing. CJ Berry may be back in town in time for that. So, I mean, I got Hollis wanting to get back on the card. Mm-hmm. It's just getting crazy. And then that's not including all the people sending us stuff.
You bet. Again, good problem to have, right? Too many wrestlers better than not enough wrestlers. And it's not any sign of disrespect or a slight. It's just on the show like this, like you said, probably 6 matches maybe.
Yeah.
Some people aren't going to be able to get on this card, and that's not a knock. It's just
that's how it is.
It's just how it is. We've only got so many hours.
You're talking about Damian Cortez, who's ready to get in some action going on.
Well, listen, Harris, he really needs to be on there because, we paid our fine.
No, I'm still waiting on the one.
No, don't give me that BS.
You haven't. You got a bad habit of getting lost with your money.
No, the fine was paid, Harris. You know it. I know it.
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, Harris. Now you're tripping, Harris.
No, I think you're tripping.
The fine was paid.
You open up that wallet of yours and give up what you owe, we wouldn't have these issues.
It was paid. And it's funny. I was speaking to my man, earlier today.
Your man.
Yeah, the POD, Damian Cortez.
Your man.
Yeah,
Okay.
and he said it didn't matter who
I
you
just
put him
wanna
in the
clarify
ring
it.
with, that he was going to smack them around and, make him his punk.
Is that right?
That's what he told me. He told me to pass that message on to you and Drew.
You got a lot of wrestlers that are telling you to pass things on nowadays.
I noticed that.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Listen,
It's amazing my phone doesn't ring, and I'm the guy that does the booking.
listen.
Right.
Damian, if it's coming from me about the POD, then it's the gospel. See how that works?
I think I might do a Rick Ruby dirty match. What do you think?
Now, why would you do that to me? Have you seen the size of that beast?
You can run, can't
That's probably why you said you answered your own question in the same
Drew,
sentence.
you need to be helping me on this one.
Yeah.
Everybody's been wanting to see a Dr. Drew and Dirty match. That's what we should do.
No one wants that.
Why? Are you afraid?
Well, I feel like they don't want anything to happen to you.
That's true. You probably would beat me up, Dr.
I'm
Drew.
looking at my name popping up here with messages. I'm not texting, so I'm trying to figure out what's going on here.
But I know, right? That is funny. That is funny, Harris. Over there. What else do we got, Dr. Drew? Big show, September
I'm gonna hurt Dirty now.
7th
Yes,
over
sir.
there at SICW. The big deal. The $1 Million Man,
Yes.
Ted DiBiase.
Yes, sir. And shame on me. I forgot to mention that when I was talking about it earlier.
I know. Thanks, Dirty.
Appreciate
I'll
you.
back you up, dog.
SICW, Holy Family Church. That is at the gymnasium in Cahokia, Illinois. I said Billy McNeil teaming up with the King of Chaos, Ricky Cruz, the SICW champion, to take on Curtis Wilde and Kowalski, two men who have sort of made a point to Ricky Cruz recently and to all of SICW, invading the training session. There's a sponsor we forgot. We'll get to that, though. There was uncalled for, but Curtis Wilde feels like Ricky Cruz hasn't been listening to him. Herb Simmons hasn't been listening to him. So he made a point, and we'll see what happens. He's going to get Ricky Cruz on the other side of the ring. It's not a title match, but it'll be a heck of a tag title match. 2 out of 3 falls. Second main event, Night Train Gary Jackson taking on Attila Khan. The technical acumen, the experience of Gary Jackson versus just the brutality, the unbridled rage of Attila Khan. 2 contrasts of styles that I like very much. We have Mountain Man, Jake Prater, coming back to SICW, taking on Cayman. Cayman versus Jake Prater. That's going to be an interesting one. Jake Prater's got about a 150-pound weight advantage, but Cayman is the man. Lots of advantages for Cayman. How about the Iron Man, Ken Casa, the talented Ken Casa? He's rebranded. We
Keep
good?
going, Drew.
All right.
Yeah.
Ken
I'm
Casa
working out some technical difficulties.
taking on Roy Lewis. I called him Ray on accident, and ever since then we've been screwing that up. King Christopher Hargis, one-on-one with Bobby D. Chris Cade and Moondog challenging for the multi-state tag team titles against Guerrilla Warfare. And we have the SICW tag titles on the line. Sid Holland and Keith Smith Jr. have a chance to become the second ever SICW tag champs as they take on the Professionals.
How are those two going to get along?
We'll find out. That's the first time ever teaming, and they're going to have to work themselves out. It's 2 tall dudes, 40 pounds or so for Keith Smith, 300 pounds plus for Sid Holland. So Professionals will have a size and a weight disadvantage, but they certainly have the experience advantage.
I mean, that's a tag team.
That's a tag team.
Probably one of the best in the Midwest right now.
You got it. Looking forward to
Hands
it.
down. And Michael Lilly says he would referee the Dirty versus Drew match.
Cool.
I know who's winning that match. Somebody's hand might get greased.
Is that right?
Yeah.
What's awesome about that is I don't even have to do anything. I've got a lot. We'll make that no DQ, and I'll have a
Whoa. Stop the clock.
Yeah.
No DQ.
I'll just stand there and watch my friends that you have slided over the last 6 months to a year, and that'll all take care of itself. You ever see the final episode of Seinfeld where everybody they screwed over comes to testify against them? It'd sort of be like that.
I've never slighted anybody.
Very good. Well, you'll have a chance to testify the 14th.
So there you go. That's going to be a good card over there, September 7th.
You bet.
Now, Travis Cook was on his Facebook page talking some stupidity, as always.
All right.
What? Was I lying?
I don't know. That's a lot of quicksand to step in, getting there. I don't know what you're referring to.
What he's talking about is getting his little eye burned with a little flash ball.
Okay. Did you see that?
Yeah, whatever. Get over it, you big pansy.
All right.
Get over it.
I assume that means you're volunteering to see what that's like, since that's not a big deal.
Now, who's Jerry? Jerry Fargo. What's up, buddy? How are you today? He looks pretty cool there with his wrestling belt, doesn't he?
I dig it.
Sam, Dr. Drew?
I see it.
Right there?
Right there.
I don't think that's him, though. What do you think?
I don't know. But no, that's awesome. Kokia, Illinois, folks, in the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. In addition to all those matches, the $1 Million Man will be there. Meet and greet's going to be at 4 o'clock. If you can't make the show and you still want to meet him, stop by the Cahokia Gymnasium at the Holy Family Parish Center there.
It's a fundraiser.
It is a fundraiser for the Holy Family Catholic Church. Alicia Schaefer, I believe is her last name, has been our point lady on this one, and she's been working her tail off on behalf of the Holy Family Church. So much love. Thanks to all the fans. Thanks to Alicia. We're going to be there and hopefully raise some money for you guys.
Let's hope.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's a good thing that Herb does, because Herb basically gives all the proceeds to the Holy Family Church, kind of like Tony does in the July and Christmas in July
show.
Gives all that, and then so that's a good thing.
Very good.
That we're turning around helping the community.
Absolutely. Don't say we, because you're not doing it.
Really?
You steal from the community.
Really? Do you not remember what just happened 2 months ago?
I don't know.
Last month?
You talk about greasing palms. I don't know. You might set that up, and Wyatt's like, you call Wyatt Little Dirty. Maybe y'all got some stuff going on. He palmed some of that cash back to you, huh?
Oh, my God. Are you really saying that about our number one fan, Wyatt?
I'm saying that about you and your corruption abilities. And on a young man who's calling himself Little Dirty. That's dangerous.
Little Dirty Wyatt.
That's dangerous. We don't. Who knows which of your characteristics are rubbing off on him?
And don't forget, he is the sergeant at arms of the Dirty Fan Club.
See? I don't know what that means.
And Harris is the vice president
of
the Dirty Fan Club.
Is that right? Did you know that?
In his dreams.
No, he knows that Harris has got a shirt.
Oh, boy.
Harris has got a shirt.
Good enough.
Says it.
That's great. Let's talk about one sponsor we did forget. That's the Ace Wrestling Academy. The Cowboy, of course, we talked about. You can meet him in the building at South Broadway on the 14th as he inducts his father into the St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame. But Cowboy Bob Orton can also train you to be a referee. A referee as well. Yeah, it's not just a wrestler. Whatever you need to do at the Ace Wrestling Academy. He's the man, 618-286-4848. He is the head trainer. Ricky Cruz, Sean Vincent, Chris Hargis are other trainers there as well. And they are churning out some awesome cats. Look at Chris Cade already.
Yes.
Has been in there with top competition since his debut match, and he's not backed down.
Nope.
Because he's confident that he has the skills given to him and passed on by some top flight wrestlers. And that can happen to you as well. 618-286-4848 or message Herb Simmons or Sean Vincent or Ricky Cruz or Jim Harris on Facebook. Someone will get you where you need to go. You should check it out. You don't have to be
page.
You absolutely. You don't have to be a new wrestler. You can, if you're trying to dip your foot into this to see if you have what it takes. That's for you. If you are an experienced wrestler that needs a regular place to get some training in and to pick the brain of some different people than your normal group, check them out. Ace Wrestling Academy.
That's right. All right, Harris, we got anything else?
Man, I tell you what, it's I think it's wrapping up to be a great night. I mean, we had a great conversation last week.
Yep.
We talked about a lot of things, and it's kind of like talking about what Drew do you want to see on September 14th? What are you looking forward to?
Oh, every single thing. What do we not have to look forward to? I'm up to like 5 title matches. Legendary father and son combination against one of the best modern tag teams that there is in the professionals. I don't know what you've got in store for this battle royal. That's going to be awesome. The legends that are going to be in the house, not just the ceremony and the induction itself, but getting to rub elbows with and do our style of wrestling, put on a great show to these great wrestlers who paved the way for us to be doing this today. So everything I know about is what's exciting for the 14th so far.
And I want to give a shout out to our buddy Miller. He got a hold of me on Messenger. He had taken an emergency flight out to Arizona to be with his family.
Oh,
you're in our prayers, brother.
Best of luck.
A lot of positive energy, like the message you sent me. We're sending back to you, brother.
yeah, much love, Miller.
We
love you, buddy.
We 100% got you back, man.
Just
Like you always have ours. And we're our prayers out there with you, your family, and you need anything, give us a holler, man. We're there for you, brother. What are you looking forward to, Dirty, on this September 14th card?
Well, I'm looking forward to the professionals smacking around. The great, soon-to-be Hall of Famer, Keith Smith and his son.
Keith Smith is going to be involved in some smacking around. I'm not sure that you've got the order of that correctly.
Yeah, he's going to get smacked around by the professionals. The Battle Royal should always be good. Those are always unpredictable.
Battle Royals are fun when it's just all of your normal roster, but it sounds like there may be a surprise or two in store here.
I will tell you this, that the man that I'm looking forward to seeing, Big Daddy, is going to be there. So I would love to sit down before the St. Louis Independent Wrestling Hall of Fame, maybe get to do an interview with him.
Have you ever heard the phrase, your arms are too short to box with God? I feel like that applies in this case. You're going to sit down next to somebody that you think you can hold a verbal candle to, and Big Daddy was eviscerating fools verbally when you were born. So I look forward to that, man. We need to get him. I'd love to see him co-host this show one time just to give you a taste of what you're trying to really do.
See, here's the thing, Drew. Harris has never really let me turn loose. And then, see, when Harris actually let me turn loose when we first started,
I had to reel you back in because you were turning into an idiot.
right, we were even the FCC was calling us up going, hey, wait a second.
Right.
You can't be saying that kind of stuff on the air.
And if I would have done that, you'd have had a death warrant out in New York.
So I was constantly getting in trouble. So I would love to sit down with a great mind and a great mouth like Big Daddy, and maybe he could show you some tips, Drew, on how to be a better person.
Okay. I'm not. Big Daddy does carry himself with some style and with some class, so I'm into that. But I got a chance to work with Big Daddy for several years, and I think I got what I needed from Big Daddy.
Yeah, you can always learn more, Drew.
Well, you can always learn more from the veterans, but a lot of the stuff Big Daddy is known for is kind of the opposite of what I'm trying to be. So that's all you, my man.
What a good dude.
Yeah,
That's an upstanding guy.
He does stand up. Yep.
Him and the Giant Assassin were two upstanding gentlemen.
And see what happens when a young man gets influenced by bad guy wrestlers. They grow up to turn into whatever we got here.
And with that being said,
turn into the Dirty Dirties, right?
With that being said, this is the MMWA Talk Show. I am Dirty. Sitting right there in the middle is the one, the only, big time himself, the commish.
Jim Harris.
And sitting right next to him is the mouth, and the doctor of MMWA and SICW, the one, the only.
I'm Drew Abbenhouse.
And with that being said, we will see you guys next week. Go to all of our pages that we mentioned. We got too many to mention. Go to this Saturday. This Saturday, September 7th. What is it again?
Holy Family Church, Cahokia, Illinois.
Go check them out. Support them. It's for a good cause. They're raising money for the church. Go check them out. With that being said, we will see you guys next week.
Later, guys.